Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Adventures in Silvernell, the homebrewed fantasy world setting for our online game of Dungeons and Dragons 5e. I'm your game master, Scott Nicholson. Welcome back. Let's go ahead and introduce our players for tonight. Erica Webb.
Hi.
Michael Jackson.
Where am I?
Alyssa Causey.
Hello.
Margaret Alice. And Andrew Krug.
Hey.
Welcome back, everybody, to Campaign 4, Episode 10. I forgot what 10 is in Spanish. See you after the intro.
For almost 300 years, the great authoritarian immortal dragonlord Alvin has ruled over the material realm of Silvernell. His fear of the water has kept him above the silver seas, yet he found an alliance with the evil mermaids of Eudothia to carry out his bidding. Over the years, the Genasies of the underwater kingdom of Azir have narrowly fought back the mermaids thanks to its just ruler, King Thrine, and his daughters. But times are changing. Olivine has died. The world of Silvernell is reborn. This is the story of a kingdom after war.
Welcome back, everybody, from the intro. Let's just get right down into it. Last time on Episode 9, Safiri had appeared to destroy the island. Arista makes her way back to her team with Chunta's secret book, and the princesses head into Shalaria. There, they find the grace of Safiri has shattered into 5 pieces. Each princess grabs a hold onto one piece and is transformed into colossal beings of magic that stand tall above Sharkfood Island. They use their colossal powers to battle Safiri in the water as she attacks the island one bite at a time, taking out the Twilight Titan's perfect beach. She manages to wipe out a lot as she comes around the other side. During this time, Mizu notices Chunta ran into Shalaria. She turns her focus and everyone is able to kill Chunta, stopping him in his tracks from taking over. And after some time, Mizu banishes Safiri out of the water, and the battle is won. When they return to their normal size, they explain everything to the remaining tribal leaders, and Arista shows the proof of Chunta's betrayal and orchestration via his secret book. And inside the book, they find a note from Olivine, showing Chunta was betraying the island for Olivine and working with the merfolk, corrupt from his very core. As the night comes to a close, leader Abukchi faces his end as this mysterious vinegar and sugar disease takes him over. The princesses are led to an inn that we call the Cave Dwellers Inn in the Salty Scar tribal area, and they lay down to rest for the night. But before they do, they take note at the splendor and beauty of Sharkfood Island due to their giving constant health and vitality to the island in the battle against Safiri. So we return tonight as the princesses are awoken early in the morning with the sounds of low, rhythmic drumming outside far in the distance as they wake up. Also, the door opens, and I will show you guys inside your rooms. Boom.
Or a booty cheek.
We had to sleep together.
You had to sleep in one big room that's very large with a light glow outside the windows. You can see the sunlight, or right now you can, and it's obviously the richest room in this inn, probably in this tribal area.
I do want to apologize because after those cream and coral drinks that we drank, I had a pretty gassy night, so I just want to apologize to everyone.
Was that you that was snoring all night? Oh, I didn't get any beauty sleep.
I'm sorry. Not really. It was just it happens.
Unbelievable. I'm never sharing quarters with you guys ever again.
They slept very well. You know, the alcohol just helped her just pass right on out. Like, perfect.
Vinfira is, after turning into a dinosaur, she also passed out. Big dinosaur moves, big dinosaur sleeps, so she's great. She's refreshed.
Okay, the door has opened, and you see this shark folk gentleman walk into the room. He's got a face of like a great white shark almost. He's got this really beautiful, almost like Aztec style vestment that comes together and has straw edges with beautiful gems inlaid in it, and a big headdress. And as he walks in, he just kind of bows, and he immediately will introduce himself as Uvasu. It is an honor to meet you, princesses. Good morning. I hope you found your sleep well.
For the most part, most of us did, yes.
Yeah.
Hardly.
No, I slept like a baby. It was great in here. What are these beds made out of?
Those specific beds are made from flowers on the island.
Soft as hell. I love it. Thank you.
No wonder they smelled so good.
It didn't cover up my... Well, sorry.
Yes.
Sorry again.
Something is definitely afoot with the atmosphere.
Yeah, we can move out of the room if we need to, if you're going to talk for a while.
Oh, no, I was just going to tell you breakfast is served if you want to wake up slowly, and then it is time to celebrate.
Thank God, Mizu will say as she pushes her way out of the room. I need some fresh air.
Okay, as you push your way through, it's this long hallway. There are some doors off to the other side, but there's windows. I shouldn't say the sun is up yet. It's actually just past that, like, bright, like, Meg's screen right now, blue. Like, the sun isn't over the horizon up yet. But you can still hear that rhythmic drumming. So there's probably still torches lit outside, but you can see the sun is just around the bend. And that's what's showing through the windows. As you go further into this hallway, walking down Mizu, you walk into this big area where there's smoke drifting from this side-cut cafe-style looking window, diner window, in the inn on the bottom floor, overlooking from the rail. And there's some shark folk cooking, and there's some tables. But it's a very nice inn with a hanging shark bone chandelier that seems to be magically infused and has like fish swimming around it, but then like the bones of the shark will like turn and try to bite at the fish.
She definitely feels at home then. I feel like she'd be walking right in, making herself comfortable.
Okay, as Mizu's walked out, what's happening in the room? Uvasu is just going to stand and bow. You know, just put his head down and await instruction.
Alyssa follows Mizu.
You're also sitting out.
Uvasu, is this a shoes type of celebration, or can I... I'll pop some shoes on. I pop some shoes on, and I walk out.
Okay, he's just...
Vinfira is like, you can straighten up. You don't have to keep... It's okay. It's fine.
He's just going to almost blush on his face and just put out his hand and back up and bow towards you. It is an honor to meet you, Princess Vinfira.
It is...
Father passed away due to the merfolk. I appreciate everything you are doing.
Oh, yes, of course. I'm so sorry to hear about your late father, but I hope it's brought some peace to you, my work.
It has.
I'm glad to hear that. Oh, thank you very much. She just kind of gently pads out of the room and offers him like a very polite smile as she kind of walks past.
Roll an insight check.
Let me open my character sheet. That helps. $20.
Ooh, big numbers immediately. Okay, so as you look at him and you talk about the merfolk, as you walk away and he kind of turns, he just kind of holds his hand up to his neck a little bit, you know, holding it tensely and then letting it go while keeping a smile. Just kind of flinches a little bit. You just see like the tiniest bit of like maybe like a soft PTSD from some event or something. That just because he said merfolk just reminded you back to where you inevitably are heading, which is Eudothia, and the merfolk are vicious, and cruel, and so yeah. Anyways, that's what you notice. Okay.
Except for that one, right? Your boyfriend better be treating you good.
We'll see.
She's one of them nice bad boys.
All right, so everybody's offered some breakfast. There's like some standard items. There is some animal of the island, but they're going to show you the full drink menu they have. It shows you the drinks that you have already gotten and the drinks that are left.
I'm good. No more drinks today. I'm traveling, so we might be traveling. I don't know if we're leaving today. Never know what today's gonna bring. But yesterday was good. The bar crawl was enough.
Celia grabs a pen and like crosses out all of the ones that she has had, and puts like boxes next to the ones that she's not yet had.
Perfect.
Puts it into a pocket.
There's a really beautiful feminine shark folk that almost has like a lower face. She just kind of looks down, so she's always kind of looking up, and she's just listening. And see her. She's going to put a shark bite sling in front of you and say, he already bought it for you first. And as you slide it over, roll a perception check.
Okay, let's see.
Who done bought that drink?
A 10. I rolled a 3.
As
Sorry.
the drink slides at you, you see the reflection in the glass as it slides on the bar to you from behind you, where a figure is walking up behind you. But it's foggy.
She palms a drink, and then she kind of like, seeing that, she kind of like stops waiting for like, you know, like the intro. Like she's waiting to hear the pitch. She's expecting like, you know, it's like a. Someone's always talking to princesses, so she's like, all right, let's see what this one is. But she does not intend on drinking this drink.
Are you turning around? Or are you staying where you... like, just looking forward at the bar?
Yeah, she just kind of grabs a drink. She stays forward, but she kind of just, like, relaxes. She's kind of anticipating this person as they come in to speak to her. She's just, like, making herself not look like she's busy.
Comes into view beside you. You see the same drink in its hand as the figure just comes around your side. I made sure to order you only one this morning. Good morning. It's Polo. And he's just smiling. The bar keeps just laughing.
I appreciate your restraint, but I'm gonna exercise even more today. I'm not having anything with. Thank you.
Okay, Barkeep's gonna go over to Princess Celia and laugh, and grab your little menu that you made with the boxes. Which one did you check?
All of them, obviously.
all of the ones that she's already had are crossed off.
Okay.
She's checked next to those. So she just like points to the top of the list where the first box is open. And this one right here, please. Thank you.
Okay. She's gonna get you a drink. How is everybody this morning? Are you ready? This is going to be so fun.
What are we supposed to be ready for?
When the sun starts to rise, we will all go to Agbas temple.
Is there a really pretty view from there?
Oh, the most beautiful view. From here
Alright.
all the way to the island of fear.
Oh.
Rishy, they're throwing a princess party. I don't know
Oh.
if you heard. I don't know if you were here for that. You vanished a lot. But they're throwing a princess party for us. And
Yeah,
also,
you're gonna love it.
Midnight is getting our own special section.
I
Don't know what that's
know.
about.
I'm also lost before anyone asks.
It seems like you have almost a folk hero status due to your work with the merfolk. I'm guessing the merfolk weren't very nice to the shark folk.
I don't think they're nice to anybody.
Not particularly the most warm and inviting of people, but I hadn't really put that together, Arista. I have to admit, I was kind of confused, but I guess that's part of it.
Very observant.
Indeed.
Well, if they're throwing a celebration for you, I just be ready because they throw some crazy parties over here. Last night was casual. That was casual shit.
That was casual?
Oh yeah.
Oh, how joyous. Do we have hangover pills on this island?
You can probably smoke something for that. Go ask.
All the way on
Uber
the other side of the room, there's just like some of that smoke from outside where they're cooking, or from that window that's drifting across the room. It's just kind of stayed in the corner over there. Well, it's actually because it's not from the kitchen. You've just noticed that it's just the smoke where Takuyi's just hanging out, waiting for you guys. He's got like this full like tribal like gear outfit on. He probably uses it once a year. Oh, hey guys.
Hey.
Hello. I don't believe we met.
Oh, hey, it's so nice to meet you. You're the other princess. That's cool.
I suppose I am an other princess. True. What's your name?
Oh, hi, I'm Takuyi. I work at Rocco's Rooter. It's Rocco's, but I work there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you happen to have something for hangovers? Is that a thing that you may know anything about?
Oh, yeah, I think I got something in the bag. Just let me check it out one moment. And he's just going to realize he's not in the shop again. Oh. Oh. Just going to go through his tribal gear, pull out a bag. Be like, yeah, that's cool. I got some.
Oh, Vampira, I was right. He can help you out. There you go.
Oh, how do I put this? I'm not much of a smoker.
Oh, that's cool.
We
can take it. We can
learn
like
to breathe air. So
we can take it in the kitchen and like cook it into something.
That actually sounds lovely. That would be perfect. An edible form. How quaint.
All right, he's gonna get up and go tell the barkeep's just gonna let him, in the back. They know him at this point. Some other people who you don't really know, just kind of like some commoners. Everyone is like kind of filling this like big lobby slowly, and they're in this tribal gear, and you feel the energy just like this like simmering, because you're constantly hearing that light drumming outside that's just going on. And eventually over time people start getting up and going outside, and when the first people get up and open that door, it's that dark blue with just, right as they open the door, the light peaks over the horizon of the blue ocean way off in the distance and just lights up as the door opens. And this seems like, everyone's excited about this, standing up in their tribal gear and going outside. And as anybody goes outside and you'll see torches lining the path where the drumming has gotten louder and louder, and that's what's outside the door.
Seir will grab Vinfira, and she's like, "Oh, you're gonna want to see this. I love this part. It's real nice.
Oh,
Come on."
oh, okay. Just kind of like dragged along.
As soon as Seer gets up, Mizu takes the drink that Polo bought for her and sticks her straw in it and starts sipping it as she slowly starts to follow behind them.
And the bartender brings Celia a salty scar spritz.
Beautiful.
Which
Could you
is-
add a little bit more sodium to that, please?
It is a bubbly and enchanting drink created with sparkling wine, elderflower liqueur, and a splash of sparkling water garnished with a twist of grapefruit.
Delicious.
Sure.
She'll take it, put her pinky up, bow slightly, turn, and walk out the door with her sisters.
Beautiful. As you guys walk in this path together, the crowd, they're happy that you're here, and they know that you did what you did, and there's a feeling of people like looking at you in amazement, and children, of course, want to be like, ah, but their parents are like keeping them ready, looking forward, walking this path with their community. You guys feel like they've accepted you, and you're going to be celebrated. You're one with everybody. As you walk up these tall mountains where like there's this light, fluffy clouds kind of around them, and you see this humongous, old, ancient temple with sharks swimming around carved all over it. And as they go into these big doors, huge torches light up right in front of it. Everyone walks up these stairs, and as you go inside, I will show you Agbas temple.
Ooh.
There are flowers and coral wrapped around giant pillars going upwards. There are candles lit everywhere, floating in these little water puddles and trails around the room that have that glowing light blue fluorescence of the lay that you were going in and out of. There are, people are filing in all around this enormous temple that must be 50 yards long. Way off at the end on this big platform, you see Tukala and Hota. And they're just kind of almost meditating. Everyone you've seen, kind of known at the island before, is here. Everything's kind of like the drums are picking up. There's an energy building up, but there's a moment while everyone's coming in if you want to do anything.
Is everyone like quiet, or are people like talking,
No,
or like?
If people are talking, they're whispering. There's like a reverence for like the stillness of the moment, but you're not prohibited from speaking.
Gotcha.
I feel like
there an informational tablet about, or like brochure about the temple that I can read?
Tell me about your temple.
Roll
Is it a tourist spot?
roll a history check. That's a toughie.
16.
Okay, so you look around and there's, this temple does not look built to, it's not capitalized yet. Like, it doesn't have brochures and anything in here. This is really old and ancient. But you remember with a 16 that one of the books that you had stuffed in your bag from the library at home was for, it doesn't have current stuff about the temple, but it has like the stories about the old Agba temple. With this one, but when it was younger. So you know a little bit about it. You can pull that out of your bag and try to remember it and go over it.
Okay. Are there like pews, places to sit?
Yeah, there are almost like pillars going up that stop up like 2 or 3 feet that people can sit on and climb up, and they're different widths and around the room. And there's some places that have water, and in this corner in the back right, it kind of dips into a pool. Some people chill in like the pool of it. There's like a community. Everyone kind of knows each other. They found their comfortable spot over the years place.
Not as regimented as church pews.
Right.
Gotcha. In that case, then Arissa's just gonna reach into her book or into her bag and call up that book, and she's gonna open it and leaf through it while they walk.
Okay, cool.
I feel like Mizu probably will get there like noticeably later than everybody else because she walked so slowly with the crowds of people and like stopped to wave and like shake people's hands. So I feel like she would noticeably be the last one to like finally sit down and like make a show of it.
I feel like when you walk around this time, as juxtaposed to when you first got on the island, people actually know you now. They've seen you in a giant, colossal form, so they are shaking your hand. There's not everyone's feeding in now to the Mizu in Azir, so to speak. It seems more like how it was in Azir. We're not
But now
rolling a
you've
lot of
done
persuasion checks.
So nice. Sair is kind of, now that she's in a temple of, in a holy place that is specific to like one deity, she's kind of thinking about what she knows about Agba. She has some experience with religious figures, and I feel like she's like she's kind of like quizzing herself, thinking about her time in Order of Tides and how she's supposed to know like different things about different gods. And she's like trying to, I think she's just like thinking, what does she know about Agba off cap if she's just like walking through.
Roll a
here.
history check.
Can I argue for religion?
Oh yeah, of course. You don't even have to argue. Makes way more sense.
Yeah.
It's literally built for it.
Let's see. I got a +4. Give me a 16.
Yeah. Agbas is a enormous tree that's branches sprawl over the entire material plane, and it's covered in this perfect top that protects rain and everything and just brings life to the material plane. There is a connection to life in this temple. There are murals of the trees and of vines and flowers that might seem like ordinary wallpaper carvings to us, but to them is a shrine to the natural, to what's on Shark Food Island. And with what you know about the Order of the Tides, nothing in this place appears to you like super magical. Like, this is like a place of worship. It's not somewhere it looks at first glance and from your studies somewhere that someone maniacally has set this up for something, or a lot of magic is channeled through it. It's dormant magically, so to speak, is what I'm saying.
Cool. Thank you.
Alright, everybody chilling?
Yeah.
I got my book.
Okay.
Guess I find a seat. Yeah.
Alright,
Also find a seat.
Polo kind of nuzzles up beside you, Celia, and has 2 drinks in his hand, just kind of containing his excitement so much. He says, "Shark food swirl, sea serpent sour." And he's gonna like put one beside you.
Thank God. I thought we were just stepping out for a second, so I just had the one with me. I was pretty scared for a second that I would have to go through this with just the one drink.
Oh, do not worry. The end of the ceremony, I believe this year, everyone goes into a pub crawl. The whole island!
Thank God. Okay. You have eased all of my worries for today. Thank you, Polo.
Yes, it is good. Boom, boom, boom. The drums get really high. Everyone kind of quiets down. Boom, boom. The lights kind of flicker. And they go out and the torches. All you can see at the front archway of Agbas Temple is the light rising above, and you can see out in the doorway all over the island, all the way to the scar of Twilight Titan, to the coral reef. And the pools of water inside light up more with this light blue, and it's just like little bugs that have been at the bottom hiding from the light rise up from it and kind of flutter like lightning bugs, and just lights up this room, this like light blue, almost white, as the light's kind of pouring in the room. Leader Hota from the Salty Scar tribe stands up. Under the dawning sun, here in Agbas Temple, we gather to honor the princesses from Azir. And everyone just kind of like starts humming and like clapping in different ways. There's no unity, it's just noise. Seems to be how they do here. They crossed perilous seas, faced Saphiri's might, and embodied unity and courage. Today, we celebrate their sacrifice and the new era they herald. One where the tribes and our island's people unite in harmony. Let their legacy inspire us all, forging a brighter future for Shark Food Island. Boom, drums start going crazy from the door. Dancers come in, just immediately like kicking up the water, bugs flying out of the way, just singing in harmony together as they're bringing these big wreaths of flower lays that seem to be like covered with stuff. People in the crowd are bouncing. The lights have moved up to the ceiling. There's one guy in the middle who holds this big bowl that has one of those like things that you crush spices. And
mortar and pestle.
Yeah, bringing up. One of the dancers bends down in the pool, pulls up some of the water and pulls it in the bowl as they all start doing that. And it gets up, and immediately Hota takes it and starts spinning it. And says, "Today, we embrace a future marked by collaboration, ensuring equitable access to vital resources with redrawn boundaries. We decree that intertribal travel shall henceforth be free from punishment, fostering greater understanding. 5 of the dancers come over and put these wreaths on your neck. The dancers lean in. There's music going on. People are singing. They tell you these are shark food necklaces. They allow the wearer to attune themselves to the elemental energies of Shark Food Island. Once per day, they can harness the power of the island's natural elements, granting resistance to a specific element damage type for an hour. Attuned item.
Very cool. When the dancers started coming out, Alyssa started swinging her little legs because they won't reach the floor. She probably stood up on the thing that she was sitting on to get her necklace.
Go ahead and roll me a investigation check in that book, in those passages.
Okie dokie. Whoop. Investigation. 25.
Okay, so you know one thing about the old Agbas temple is there used to be a large stone statue of a chalice inside that had branches on it, and water would drip from the ceiling on the branches and it would go down into this chalice. But it looks like that's all gone, and whatever platform it was on, that's where they're on. But you know that was considered the holy water. That was what the temple was originally made for, to catch Agbas tears.
Oh.
And so as you read this and you look up, they're getting the water from the ground and putting it in this bowl that this man is bringing forward. He continues, as the sun's first rays illuminate Agbas temple, the light shining in, we declare a need for unity and cooperation among our tribes. In this spirit, we introduce the Sapphire Fist tribe, a celebration of our unique strengths. The music stops. They pass the bowl forward. The drummers are like stomping their feet lightly, so the room's just kind of vibrating. He puts it down on the ground, and Hota steps in front of it. Princess Celia, a symbol of unity, shall receive. It checks his tribal gears, like lifts up his kind of like head adornment. Polo! Polo's like fisting 2 drinks and trying to give you something. Huh? Oh no, sorry, I forgot to bring the shell phone. You're getting one. You're getting a shell phone. And he's going to take a phone and like jump up on the thing and hand it to Hota. He's going to take it. Thank you, Polo. Sorry. Going to jump back beside you.
Who's my internet, or who's my provider gonna be? Is it gonna be AC&C?
I don't understand that joke.
It's okay.
AC&C or Horizon.
Genius. Okay, Princess Celia shall receive an honorary shell phone, one of 2 crafted by Yugobu of the Salty Scar tribe, in honor of what once was just yesterday. Princess Celia, you will be called upon one day soon to choose the new tribal leader of the new tribe when all options are presented. In the interim, this tribe will be guided by both remaining tribes, myself and Tukala, striving for balance and harmony and unity. So they will call you after, and they will present options for you, because they basically just blended the 2 tribes that were at war.
Just make sure she does it sober and not under the influence of any other effects, please. Just so it's all clean and clear.
Everyone kind of laughs. You like really like got just a little bit of tension in the room out a little bit.
Alcoholics.
Tukala steps forward. Today we gather to celebrate the Kingdom of Vizier in its entirety and its pivotal role in shielding us from the relentless tides of the merfolk. Venfira, your presence and your unwavering determination continue to be a beacon of hope in this ongoing struggle. Yet, with Olavine's absence, we face uncertainty like never before as the merfolk's actions become unpredictable. To better aid our efforts, we offer you, Princess Finfira, this very rare and you see Hota look at him. Wasn't just me.
Polo, did you forget something again? Did you forget two things?
No, I have been watching it intently. This one is not me.
Okay, I trust you.
From the other side of the room. Oh, sorry about that. I got kind of busy, but and he kind of holds up this food. I made some like really good quiches with some root in it. Has anyone seen Vinfira?
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, he's kind of stepping over everybody. Kind of puts his foot in the puddle, but the puddle was deeper than he thought.
Ooh.
You know. Oh, that's cool. I'm cool. And just gonna give you Vinfira. Hey, these are the ones that calm you down, Vinfira.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, he's gonna reach in his jacket. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta give this to him. This is going to you. And he's going to walk up to the stage to Kala and hand him this golden bowl with a top. And he's gonna take it off and show to Kala, and everyone can see these large nugs of rooter that are glowing this pink color to them that like turns green and looks decay, but then goes back to the pink. I forget where I was at yet. Okay, so he's going to tell you that when this is smoked, it will grant you, it's kind of like a small use magic item. When you smoke it, one nug, it grants you a +3 bonus to insight checks focused on understanding the merfolk, and a +2 bonus to nature checks focused on Yodothian flora.
Nice.
Let me write that down. Hold on.
Yes, it
Nice.
has
Could you cook it into a meal and eat it?
probably, but you still would only get 4 uses. It's 4
Per
bowls.
nug?
4 bowls. It's so magical. You gotta like smoke one whole nug.
Okay, it's a +3 on insight checks to understand the merfolk, and +2 on nature checks to
Like-
understand.
Yeah. +2 to nature, focused on the flora of Yodothia. 4 uses. And those insight checks are like, you're trying to remember things while you're there or something like that. Get creative. Okay. Before we part ways, we entrust you, the princesses, with a vessel made on our island for Bak Wajir of Yarmouth. This is very important. The shark folk, we do not use ships and vessels. We have seen them at the ports of Winding City and Sumplin, but the ocean is a life beneath the surface. However, for some reason, Bak Wajir of Yarmouth wishes to own one. As our Sharkfolk warriors guide you to Yarmouth, we ask that you do us the favor of delivering this vessel and tell the tale of Sharkfoot Island's rebirth. Arista, your determination and clarity, along with your power behind your previous carriage, make you the chosen one to helm this vessel. Should you seek further counsel on how to operate it, a contact awaits you in Spinamount Bay, with your family stingray that managed to survive the Saphiri wave, which is impressive.
Oh, thank
Resilient.
This contact's name is Habafin. And he will,
Habafin?
Habafin.
Okay.
He will provide you with the essential knowledge to navigate the vessel successfully. And I will go ahead and tell you, if you do, this is an experience.
Yeah! I want to drive! Let me drive the boat!
Okay. Hota stamps back up. As we conclude, may we drink. They bring the big bowl forward, and the leaders drink from this big chalice. They pass it back and forth. And then they walk off their pedestals and step out of the way. As the bugs are kind of going down now back into the water, Stop the light, the drumming is stopping because the sun is really bright now through the window. It's come up, the sky's orange. And they offer it to the princesses, to Princess Celia. Drink
Thank you.
from Agbas.
Oh, it's refreshing.
You know it tastes like when, ice melts in your drink. Just water.
Yeah.
With like
Very
spice.
diluted.
You get like little bits of spice in your teeth.
Pablo, do you have a toothpick?
Oh, yes. And he's going to pick out this. It's like a big branch, but it gets really fine on each side. Here you go. Keep the right side
thanks.
for me. That is my favorite.
Absolutely.
They're going to take the bowl and hand it to Princess Venfira.
She's gonna take it and take a polite little drink from it. How refreshing, delicious.
They will hand it to Princess Arista.
What's this?
This is beauty and grace that will help you from Agbas. It is good. It will not harm you.
Okay. She's gonna take a sip.
Kind of pulls it down and hands it to Princess Mizuminu.
She's gonna say, "Did you say beauty and grace?"
And they're gonna look up. As long as you live.
She's just gonna kind of nod a little bit and pick it up and take a massive gulp.
They have to like pull it away from your mouth. Very good.
He's like tipping a little bit even more with them, kind of fighting a little
Yes.
bit.
Reach for it with your straw.
Yes. Okay. All right. Move over. And Princess Siagoth.
Thank you.
The room is deadly quiet, and everyone just kind of nestles down to the ground, sits, and there's a moment of silence, and only one drummer. Boom. 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 And it just becomes the heartbeat of the room. So you just feel everyone's breathing kind of becomes one. And he says, "A closing prayer to Agbas, the guardian of our island. May your wisdom continue to guide the princesses and the shark folk in this new era of unity and prosperity. Agbas, bless Shark Food Island, and Agbas, bless the kingdom of Azir." The drums immediately pick up as people start screaming and the dancing begins. People are kicking up all the water left in the temple, spraying it around the room and moving outside of the room. And as you do, there are other small bands of families and stuff that are intermingling for the first time between tribal boundaries, and people are playing instruments while rebuilding and cooking all of the fish that died in that crevice on the sides. So you smell this meat. So welcome back. You're walking down from Agbas Temple. You're almost back in Anchorage. And I think that might be a good place after you talk to take a break. So I'll leave it to you for a minute.
Arissa's like dancing around to the drums and splashing in all the puddles.
Awesome.
Not to sneak off, but there's just some things I want to do, and I feel like time's not gonna be on my side. And Sia's gonna make her way to the aforementioned crevice. That is a place that she wants to head to
Okay.
in Anchorage.
Arissa's gonna follow her.
All right. So, as you get down there, people have already started putting ladders and stuff across so people can walk. People are helping each other across, and it's makeshift, but there's a feeling that everyone's working together. You see people, re-picking up walls and immediately trying to plan out how they're going to build this. People are tearing down the boundary walls that were really tall that Arista had to climb. But that crack is severe. Some parts are only like 6 or 7 feet wide and kind of goes down in this shape. Just like looks like the island was like splitting and rock was moving upward. But at the biggest wide spots, it's 25 feet. And it was going down. So what would you like to investigate?
She's kind of looking at it, and she's trying to see if she wants to like she wants to put it back how it was before, and so she's kind of like thinking about that. She spent her last night doing as well, and so she's woken up with some spells that might help her, and so she's just kind of like trying to, and she doesn't want to just like do it all willy nilly. So if people are like making bridges across that, she wants to involve them, and so she sees that they're making bridges. She would kind of start talking to people about if this would be good, but she wants to basically try to at least reform that river try to fix the crack and reform the river and put it back how it was. If that is something that the people of this area seem interested in, that is something that she wants to try to do.
Okay.
Arista pops up at your elbow and says, "What you doing?"
Well, Mama always taught me you should leave a place better than you found it, and it didn't really sit right with me. Yeah, it didn't really sit right with me that we kind of messed up this here river and they used to swim through, and I kind of want to see if I can fix it. We healed the land up, but maybe I can do a little extra care and get this problem rectified. If they want it.
Oh, you're gonna ask them first?
Yeah, I see they've started to like make bridges and whatnot, which is cute. I prefer to swim.
Yeah,
it's just way more efficient. So if you want to help, just trying to get the vibe and just ask people like if they want the river back or not. Just I guess we're taking a poll. It seems very political to do. So she was taking that. She was also like, I guess, go to one side of the river or the hole and start polling people. And
Arista will scamper off and do the same thing in a different area.
Okay.
Do you want this river fixed? Do you want this river fixed?
What are you guys offering to help fix the river? Are you just trying to see what they need, but like magically or not?
If they want to do it, or they seem like they are vibing, Seir's concept is to kind of try to solidify the crack in the ground using some of her own magics, and then to raise the water and bring it in to like refill in this thing. So she's gonna start trying to fix it, and then she plans to bring water into it. It's gonna be big magic, but she plans to do it all herself. Like, she doesn't want them to do anything really. She just wants a consent check to be like, since you started fixing this, do you want me to like put it back how it was, or at least try to?
Yeah. I think they're definitely going to want your help. I don't think anyone's really going to put up a fight to that.
Arista doesn't have all that information, but she just asks, "Do you want your river back, or would you like to keep your canyon?" And if they say river, then
back.
Everybody says river. When they say river, I say, "Then you might want to move," and scamper off to the next person.
Okay. All right, so you're kind of clearing people out of the way down the river.
Mm-hmm.
There's one guy that you walk up. He looks kind of terrifying, but he's really nice. He's got this really dramatic, same color as the Salty Scar. He must be from the Salty Scar tribe outfit, because this is just right after the temple celebration. He says he gathers that there's like 3 spots where water is sinking down. If we can fix those, then we can bring water in. Because the water is flowing from towards the lay. It's pouring from that side of the island, coming down into Agbas Reef. So if we can fix these holes, then the water will be fine.
Well, that seems like some good information to have. I do appreciate that. And Seir will take that information and use it. She has I guess mechanically, she has the Erupting Earth spell that she can use 3 times, which is convenient. And she can churn earth, and I guess in her mind she knows that there are cracks of earth, so she wants to like, in a way, kind of like shift the dirt and kind of like twist it so that it kind of like falls in and like concaves on itself. And then her second plan, that's step 1, is the Erupting Earth, to shift the ground to make the hole not be a hole anymore. And then she has Control Water, and she plans to literally just like pull the water into this area and kind of like teach it to go back this way. Yeah. And to redirect its flow. Okay. The first hole is very close to you, as you can walk straight up on the land with it. You can walk in the crack if you want, but you can see where, obviously, because the water is pouring in from inside the cave towards the lay, it's pouring into this hole. So you can see the hole. It's about like 5 by 7 feet, roughly.
What does this spell say specifically?
You choose a point you can see within range. A fountain of churned earth and stone erupt in a 20-foot cube centered on the point. If a creature is there, they make a dexterity saving throw. They take a bunch of damage. But essentially, it's pulling the earth up and trying to like, it's just like forcing the earth to move to my will. And it's normally used as an attack, and so it would do damage. So I wouldn't want anyone near it or anything. But I'm trying to like physically move the earth up and kind of just like use the earth to fix itself. I'm not trying. Yeah, I'm trying to like
roll
compact
for
it. It's a dexterity saving throw for the earth.
It's going to. It's going to fail.
I was gonna say,
Okay.
is the island gonna try to dodge?
Describe how you fix this hole with the spell.
Yeah, so sure, she like thaumaturgy. She's like, everyone, please step back from the hole. This is gonna get dangerous. She does not get in the hole. She's like on the edge of it.
Mm-hmm.
She puts her hands on the ground and she kind of starts chanting. And she used the spell, third level spell, Erupt Earth. But more importantly, she kind of like starts to call like the little things that have died in the ground. And she kind of like calls them up and starts to like shake and shift the ground. And it starts to churn and move. But not enough for them to come up, but enough for the earth itself to start to move on top of them. And it starts to kind of like, almost like a toilet flushing, like it starts to like, and then it kind of stops. And so like it just like makes it kind of like a plug. It just like kind of shifts it, churns it, and it stops.
Love it.
She's like,
Gorgeous.
oh.
Yeah,
And
it
takes
immediately blocks the water that was pouring through the hole, and it kind of rises up. The water kind of doesn't fit perfectly with the crack that's right there because this hole kind of morphed the walls a little bit, even though everything's caved in. So it starts to pour through that crack. It's coming exactly where you want it to go, but it's also kind of going off the path towards Anchorage, and is now starting to flood slowly into Anchorage, like a
That's not good.
2-foot channel, kind of, just the way that it's pouring up.
Okay. She needs to fix the other holes before she can start addressing the water. Spell slot wise, so I guess she's gonna start speeding up. If she sees that this is working, she's like, okay, I can plug the hole. She's like, great.
Okay.
That takes less time.
Down
She's
the
like,
river, you see Arista going
Missy, follow me.
going from person to person as they're moving, and then Seer just running.
Get out the way.
All right, what are the other three doing?
Hey, so I have to choose a leader soon. What makes a good one of those? I just sort of want your advice.
Are you talking to Polo?
I'm talking to my sisters here.
Okay.
A good leader? They should embody fairness and justice, as well as having a strong but fair hand. Well, I already said fairness. Am I still drunk? Whatever.
Don't forget
Wait.
hot. They need to be like super hot too.
Okay.
That's optional. That's you don't
No,
have
it's super important. Like if you want to like get in good with the people and like have good rapport, being very attractive already like gets you a 1-up, you know?
Okay. So like old but not too old. And like stern but not too stern. And like cool but not too cool.
That's about the short of it. Yeah, actually.
Okay, sick. Polo, do you know who the potential people would be to be leader?
Oh no, I have suspicions of who would be good leaders, but I have no idea what they are thinking.
It
Well-
sounds like. May I ask a logistics question? It sounds like they're going to let people like nominate themselves or decide who is going to go put their names in before they call her, right? That's why they're waiting to call.
They didn't really specify what they were going to do, but they indicated that they would contact you with candidates that they present for you to choose from.
So you don't have to pick from everybody.
Yeah.
Sick. Thank goodness.
And that's because they like trust you and what you've accomplished on this island, and that you were tricked and that you righted that wrong.
Good
Cool.
job.
Hopefully I won't be tricked again.
I'm sure now that you have the first one down in your repertoire. I'm sure they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Are you guys just
I'll be
walking
sure to
down the
be
path?
sober when I give them the answer. Yeah.
Okay.
A walk. A little morning walk.
Mizu's
Yeah,
gonna
stroll.
turn to the other two and go, well, now that things have kind of like settled down, I think it's time for me to get to, the most important reason that I came here, my business. As she's gonna kind of walk just slightly away, and plop down with a stack of pictures of herself that she pulls out and getting ready to be able to sign autographs for people since she hasn't gotten the chance to.
Okay, in the middle of Anchorage, where people are working to put things back together, feed each other, and come back in harmony together, roll just a straight charisma check. As you're in the middle of a bunch of people, focused on your work.
Nat 20.
Yeah, baby.
Whoa.
It's like when Belle goes to the fountain and all the animals come to her. It's like people who are like literally carrying lumber just kind of stop and like are listening. People start asking you questions. Like a couple of little kids like come up that look like their gills are frilling out. They're so excited. Hi, Princess Fisomino! Everyone's kind of excited.
I'm dead.
I feel like she's nice, but like in her Mizu way of nice. So she's like, "Hello, children. So lovely to meet you. I hope you grow up to be just like me. Well, you can be just like me, but you get pretty damn close." As she signs it and hands it over.
The parents are looking at you. As like all the kids scream and like some other little kids have come up and they're like screaming, "Yay!" Like the parents are like, "Your mouth." They're all like reaching out. Like all the parents are reaching out for the autographs to take, per tradition of the island.
Yeah, and since she's kind of grown more accustomed to being here, she's kind of started to like the people a little bit more, and so now she's not going to charge them because she has understood how things operate here, and so she wants to be respectful to customs. Very surprising turn in characteristics, but she will be handing them out of the graciousness of her own heart, but she will make sure to point that out to every person.
Okay, all the parents are, people who are around are asking you questions. You hear questions about colossal form, what it's like in Azir. Everyone wants to know the inside scoop of you. You just attracted everyone. So hearing everybody, what do you want to do? You're overwhelmed. I don't know if you're overwhelmed, but you were technically overwhelmed.
I feel like she will answer a question as soon as she hears it. So the second somebody, my favorite color is blue. I prefer pearls over diamonds, thank you. My middle name is Water. Surprise. Just things like that, every little thing that she can hear, she'll just answer it.
Perfect. As Celia and Vinfira, where are you guys going? What are you doing?
When Furia's just looking at this whole situation, like, it never ceases to amaze her. Like, as obnoxious as Mizu is, she just has such a way with people. And when Furia's just kind of looking at her and, like, I don't know, maybe Mizu, if she happened to look her way, might see just a teensiest hint of jealousy. She kind of, like, crosses her arms and looks at Celia and is like, how does she do that?
She's evil.
Oh. Is that part of it? Is being evil does it make you so alluring?
I think so. Opposites attract, and she's evil, right? And she's attracting good people over to her.
Well, I'm not gonna test that theory myself.
Well, I mean, we're about to head over to the mermaid place, right? So you're a good person. Maybe you'll attract evil people.
They're not all evil. Not every single one of them.
Well, I'm sure that not everyone here is a good person. I mean, we dealt with Chuck the
Junta?
charcuterie. Yeah, Junta.
There's you'll probably never hear me say this again, but it's fine. He's dead. You can mess it up.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, point being, I don't know. I have to admit, Celia, I'm a bit nervous for our upcoming trip to Eudothia.
What about?
Oh, she doesn't.
You're a fantastic diplomat, so you've got nothing to worry about, kid. You kind of fucked up the area as much as I have here.
Well, it's not just that. She kind of pauses for a second, like shifts her weight from like foot to foot, and the more that I'm here, I find that I'm just not well accustomed to fun.
You don't have to have fun.
What's this say? You know, it's like I'm all work and no play. It's just like I don't really know how to cut loose like you will do.
How did you get so good at work?
I don't know. I've always been really good at it, to be fair.
Okay. Well, if you put
I
as
did
much
work a
work
lot,
into like being good at work, if you put as much work into having fun, then I'm sure that you'll get something out of it, right?
I suppose. This is meant to be just sort of a exploratory mission, right? Where we see the world and learn what things are and see, she points to like a random bird nearby, whatever that is. And I just find myself wondering, am I even doing any of this right? Perhaps I was not making... Perhaps you were not the best person to ask. No offense, you are an expert in having fun, but you are not as
Kinda.
much of an expert in this, you know.
Yeah, no,
talking
I
about
know.
feelings.
Don't worry, yeah. I felt kind of awkward asking for your advice about the who I should choose as a leader earlier, so, I feel like I should know, being a princess, but... There you go. Let's just focus on trying to have fun today.
Ah! She tries to, like, replicate that back and forth.
The leaders
This
stand at the
moment is
temple
so
doors,
sweet.
looking out at the scene of everyone. And we'll pause there and go to a quick bathroom break. So we'll see everybody in just a minute. See you soon. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Episode 10 of Princesses of Power. We just landed ourselves into Anchorage that you can see before you. All right, guys. Mizu, you're in kind of up in this area where there's a lot of people talking to you. You're answering questions. Arista has gotten to the end all the way out to where it goes into the ocean to Agbas Reef, and everybody's kind of moved out of the way as Seer is running down to that very first hole in the front as Venfira stands with Celia watching. Whoever wants it.
I feel like around this time, Mizu is like kind of signing the last few autographs of the people that are around. So she stands up and she goes, "Now that I've got the chance to reward you guys, let me reward you back. I would like to commence the start of the pub crawl to celebrate, and the first drink is on the Azir Kingdom." She's gonna kind of gesture over to like Venfira and Celia too, and kind of give them like a wink as like a hey, go ahead and lead this group to wherever you think is the best place.
Roll a performance check. Let's add a cherry on top. Because you've already got the sentiment of everyone, so you can almost do it with advantage.
24 without advantage.
Do it with advantage, because everyone saw you rescue their island in Colossal form.
Another 24.
It's destiny.
I've rolled 3 24s tonight and nothing else. I just like to point that out.
It's true.
Okay, they cheer. The crowd loves you. Like, it is embedded in this legacy of a moment now, with their history moving forward of fixing this. This princess that they didn't know about, Azir, who kind of came from afar and had heard things about but didn't know it was a different culture. Now they love it. And they love you. So, yeah. Everything's... crowd's going wild.
She means just just the very first drink, right? Like one drink, and then everyone after that, they have to pay for it, right? Hopefully. That's a lot of money.
I'm not there. I'm not like within
Yeah,
speaking
you're beside
range.
Venfira right now saying that.
Yeah.
I'm muted. Teehee. I sure hope she just means the first one. I
Yeah.
don't even know if our coffers are deep enough for that.
Yeah.
Okay, you get down to the hole. You get down to the hole, Seer. How are you gonna fix this one? Same thing, same spell.
Oh yeah. Rinse, repeat. She kind of puts her hands on the ground, yells out the warning. Unless no one's there, then she doesn't yell out the warning. But if people are around, yells out the warning, gets on the ground, makes the bugs and dead things get all jitty, and she is kind of moving kind of quick because she notes that like the water is like overflowing. So she's like, "Prop number 2," but she's like, "I gotta fix these holes first." So plugs 2 holes, and then she just like runs to the next one. And if Arista is still like moving with her. On the other side, she's like calling out to her that she's like leaving, but she got thaumaturgy, so she like makes her voice boom because I'm assuming the drums are still going and people are like living in their life.
Yeah.
And so I just head to the third one, which I'm assuming is going towards the lay. Like, is that
Okay,
correct?
so you were up on the map up here, kind of towards going into the lay to fix that first one, so the water's flowing down. Now it's caught on the second hole. You just ran all the way to the bottom and fixed the first hole, so there's no water there. But as you go up to the second one, the water's pouring in now, so it's almost exactly like you did on the first hole.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, and if you're doing it the same way, it's just as easy as you fix that, and the river connects and goes all the way down. You can Arista stare as the river reforms into this canal.
You did it!
3 third level spell slots later, we have fixed the river that we broke. Woo!
I bet.
Across the river, high five. Well, that was pretty good. And is the flooding, like the over flooding that was happening, is now rectified now that all the holes are plugged? Like it's all good.
Yep, except for at the top, it's still pouring into Anchorage, onto the land now. So now it's actually, now that you've done all that running and stuff, it's kind of pouring, as Mizu's giving this speech, this like slow creeping river moves in at everyone's feet. And Mizu, you see before you, everyone who's cheering for you suddenly looks at you and stops and starts looking around and looking down at the ground.
And as water that has appeared, okay. She's gonna cast Shape Water to distract them, and she's going to kind of start, like, making little fountainy things pop up and turn this into, like, a nice, whimsical moment.
Okay, cool. What are you making? Just shapes and...
Right, like, she wants, like, I'm imagining, like, a pool of water under my feet, so, like, kind of it's starting to spurt up, like, those little fountains and parks and stuff that shoot up water, and, like, maybe the little droplets of water come up in the air and, like, do a little circle or something before they, like, land back down, you know?
Okay,
Distract her.
give me another performance check.
It was a 15.
I mean, it's good. It distracts them. They're already in euphoria right now, so it doesn't do much else, but it distracts them as Seer runs up.
And she's going to again say, quickly, Princesses Celia and Vinfera will lead you to the first free drink on the Azerian Kingdom, right, sisters? And she's like, come on.
Celia gets down on all fours and starts to crawl.
Everyone starts to fall and crawl with you, dropping everything. And you just see over Anchorage as the water fills up. Seer runs up. Arista runs up. Everyone is crawling down. Everyone kind of hits the ground faster than all of you, so it's just you 5 standing. And you see Celia say that and drop to the ground. You 4 standing.
Seer like kind of gets up there and almost like very comically she's running up and she's coming for her to stop the water, and so she runs up to the top and she like kind of like throws her hands up in the air, and she's a 4th level control water, and she's gonna redirect flow, and she's like, ugh! And she kind of like pushes it back into the river where it's supposed to be going, and she's like, ugh! And she kind of like sends the water back down out of Anchorage and into the river. She's like, oh.
Can I also, as a druid, like, assist with this, since I have, like, control shape water, even just as, like, a cantrip?
Give me a nature check. This not merfolk advantage, the stuff with the pluses.
Just the regular one.
Just the regular one.
It's just a tired.
For just the shape of the earth and stuff, and the plant life, and how the water's flowing, why it caught that angle.
Hey.
Left
8.
number?
Yeah.
17.
17? Yeah, so you see her blocking the water and kind of reshaping it back to the river, but it's like trying to redirect water is very difficult and catch it all as it's reforming around the magic. So you're like helping him pick the best spot. You're like, it's caught because of this. So she's got to move it in a different way. And your assistants together, you guys finally fix the problem.
Teamwork.
Cool.
Witch sisters, thank God.
All of you for that gain an extra 300 experience points.
Yay!
Yes. Building your own quest. That says, come on, landscaping.
Yes, it needs to be rewarded. It's important.
Thank you. She's tired now.
Is everyone following Celia and Vinfira to all the pubs now?
Vinfira was helping with the water. Celia is leading that pack.
Yeah, I still have Inferior from them.
Mizu's
Seeing there was work to be
gonna,
done.
with Celia kind of being in the front, Mizu's gonna be the back that's like kind of corralling them and like pushing them towards like a central goal.
Perfect. You're the Santa of this parade. Awesome. So, yeah, you guys get everyone going. Is everyone going? They're about to go on. I'm going to tell you right now. They're going on a pub crawl. They're going to all the taverns. So like,
Sierra's not going.
I was just saying that's what you're signing up for.
She's not going. After she finishes this, she has one more thing she wants to do. So she's all good, but she's tired. She's just kind of like, huh.
Okay. Well,
She's in the
Celia's going
water.
to be crawling for a while to get to the first tavern. So what would anyone else like? And Mizu will be busy. So you three, what would you like to do?
Seer looks at Vinfira and kind of like thanks her for the help. There's just one more thing I want to do. I just feel bad with all the whales dying, and then they said that their animals got killed on land, and so I feel like the food is a little scarce. So I'm taking a trip up to that jungle, and I think I'm just gonna try to revitalize the fruits there, so that they just have a little more food. But that's gonna take quite a bit of time, so don't leave without me.
Would you like me to help you? It can go a lot faster that way.
Oh, I'm not used to people being useful. Yes, I will take assistance. That'd be so great. Join me. Maybe it'll cut the time in half. Some might say.
Leave it with plans.
Okay.
But I'm gonna head to the. I don't know if it's changed names now, but the Sapphire Jungle area.
Oh, the Hammerhead Jungle of the map. Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna go there, and I'm going to cast plant growth. But it takes 8 hours. But if I have someone helping me who's also casting plant growth, maybe it can take 4 hours because there's 2 of us doing it.
I would
Who
say
knows?
so. That seems fair.
But
Do
if
you
I
have
do, if we
plant
do
growth,
that,
Vinfira?
What was that?
Do you have plant growth, the spell?
Do I have it? That's such a great question.
it's a 3rd level spell. I don't know if you have it prepared or not.
Not that it's, you can do. I'm just saying that would be cool. Anyways, all right, cool. So
I know you
that's
can
gonna
learn
take
it,
some time.
but yeah,
mean-
and that's what I'm gonna go do. And it will make just so mechanically, it makes the land rich for a whole year, and it doubles the crops growth for that year. So they will have extra food.
Nice.
And so blessings of Seer.
Perfect.
Woo! Okay, and so she's gonna
That's
go sit.
nice of you.
She's gonna go sit for 4 hours
Alyssa
and not
just
drink.
sat off to the side with the book, like watching them. We'll make sure nobody messed with them while they were regrowing things.
Okay, so you three are just going into the Hammerhead Jungle.
My liver hurts, but yeah.
Okay. No, that's cool. That's cool. I love it. Celia and Mizu, you get up towards the inside of the Sapphire Sun tribe, and well, half of the Sapphire Fist tribe now. And there's a tavern they're opening up. People still run their businesses and stuff. So immediately there's different drinks thrown at you. I guess we'll get you the last 2 on the menu.
These 2, please. Thank you.
Oh wait, it's the shark food swirl and the sea serpent sour. And that's it. You've had all
Spectacular.
the drinks of Shark Food Island.
As
Awesome.
Celia orders them, Mizu's gonna turn to the bartender and be like, "Make it double for us and every single person in the bar. Put it on my tab."
Yes, Your Majesty.
Thank you.
Do I get a T-shirt for having all of the drinks?
No, you don't get a fucking t-shirt, Celia.
Well, I was. You don't know that. You don't know that.
Does she get a t-shirt?
I don't know.
See, you don't get a fucking t-shirt. That just
could
means
get a
you're an
t-shirt.
alcoholic. It's not like a reward.
I'll take an extra sour, please.
Oh, I'll throw in another one on the house.
Yeah, thanks.
Just kind of crawls away, awkward.
I feel like Mizu is kind of like visibly uncomfortable now that it's just like her and Celia because they don't spend that much time
Yeah,
together.
Celia also.
So her eyes just kind of like keep darting over but not like saying anything to her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good-
And then she's just gonna wait in silence until the bartender comes back with a drink for them and like everybody else so she can make a toast.
So do you?
What?
I'm just trying to think of something to say.
How about you just like don't talk to me? We can just drink.
Yeah, that sounds good. It sounds perfect, actually.
Thank you.
You know, actually, I'll go over here, actually, and then we don't have to, like, ruin each other's time at all.
Even better. Good idea. And her
Okay,
eyes
cool.
just shoot forward again.
Sick.
Hey, he's gonna come back and slide over this big chalice. The best glass we have, but we only have one, so you two are gonna have to share. Slides it forward. Okay, I got it! 3,000 drinks, I'm working! Just kind of walks away.
She's
Okay,
just
I'm not
gonna
leaving this alone. Yeah.
Yeah, she's just gonna look over and she's gonna get out her straw and like stick it in and then like kind of very like delicately almost trying not to touch like the straw, put her lips on it.
Celia picks out like a boba-sized straw. Starts going to town.
Yeah?
I feel like Mizu's chugging it pretty aggressively too because of how like uncomfortable she feels, and now she's probably thinking about too the fact that she just ordered all of these people drinks and Dad's probably gonna be pretty pissed. Because Lord knows how big that tab is on top of everything else. So she's kind of just like
3,000.
taking everything in, looking visibly uncomfortable and like stirred for the first time since she spent so much like present energy like with a face on for the people.
So you're gonna bribe every town that we go to, or?
What do you mean bribe? I like did them a favor. I gave them culture.
These are their drinks that you're giving to them, so I don't know if you're giving them.
No, the culture is like me and my autograph and like everything about our kingdom. I know you like wouldn't know that much about it, not being like a full-blooded sister of mine, but
Okay.
you know.
All right. You know, this is exactly why I tried to spend as little time as possible in his ear, so that I can avoid exactly what we are talking about right now.
I mean, truth hurts, and she's gonna.
Cool. Celia's gonna knock the drink over and then walk to the other side of the bar.
Yes, girl.
Mizu's just gonna look down. Can we get somebody to clean this up, please? As she starts tapping the bar. And can you bring me another one? Thank you.
You look and you see the bartender is helping these two women that might work there possibly. They're helping him pass out all these drinks as they're constantly pouring out of the big barrels on the wall because there are tons of people outside. They hear you and they say, just a moment, as they're passing out drinks constantly out there.
Use your straw. Use the straw that you have.
She's gonna her head's gonna shoot over and then shoot back, and she literally will, and just kind of like stare at Celia as she's like drinking it off of like the bar table now.
Celia fumes and looks away.
Eventually, the people passing out drinks, brings a couple of drinks out to you, but it's not as nice as the drink you got before. This is like we have to give so many drinks away. We pull out what we got in the back.
Mizu picks it up, and the second she picks it up, she downs it in just like a couple gulps, which hasn't been seen yet, She's just been slowly sipping through straws, but she picks that shit up and chugs it.
Constitution saving throw.
It was a 16.
Okay, you hold your liquor pretty well. You're strong. You're good.
She's kind of just like seethe a little bit and then kind of look around to see maybe if anybody else might have dropped like a drink or set it down momentarily that she can pick up and also drink.
Okay, perfect. As this is going on and Celia is maybe occasionally looking at you or just completely ignoring you at this point.
Completely ignoring.
In the Hammerhead jungle, you do hear some animals stirring. Everything feels very vibrant. You three just describe to me this scene and what you're doing, and we'll skip this time because there's going to be the same time drinking.
Yeah, I guess Seir is gonna show Vinfira how this works, because I guess Vinfira hasn't really been on land before, so she's gonna show her like how to commune with like these kind of plants and revitalize them, and kind of like talk her through like a yoga session of casting this plant growth for 4 hours.
I like doing like Pilates out there, like, okay.
All you want to do is make sure that you're really loose and limber, and then you're gonna want to really commune with nature. I like to best do it laying down, and so you're just kind of lays full flat on the ground, and you just gotta relax. You gotta let your energy just mix in with the nature around you. It's probably gonna be easier for you because you're like good at this. I'm not really good at like giving life to things. My whole thing is taking it. So this really helps me concentrate. It's all about healing.
And Fear like lays down next to her and is like, "Oh, the ground is so hard. I didn't realize that when I was walking on it." She kind of like scoots some rocks and little pebbles out of the way when she's laying down. Just kind of like, "Oh, okay, healing and life and nurturing and dirt. Not used to dirt. Okay. And she kind of just like closes her eyes and tries to focus like her druidic energies into it.
Fear's like, I can literally hear how stiff you are. It's kind of interesting. Just imagine that you are part of the ground. The ground is not hard. The ground is soft because you want it to be soft. You got this. Just get into it. And then slowly, and as Seir starts to do it, she starts to like almost sink into the ground, like she's becoming part of it, and the plants around her start to like, the spell starts to take effect as she starts to like release and let go. And she's like, just gotta let go. The earth will take care of you if you take care of it. Token of life. You got this.
Fear like looks over and is like, but Seer can still feel this like stiffness coming from her. Like she's just not used to like soil and like all that kind of thing. She's just used to like water, coral, seaweed. Even like her plants and her like earth is very like soft and like has a watery sort of cushion to it. She's not used to stone and like the fire at the core.
Okay, roll a nature check, Vinfira.
Gotta use all the elements, not just one of them.
I'm working on it.
Give you my Uncle Iroh wisdom.
Are there
13?
vines in this jungle?
Yes, certain parts, yes.
Arista's gonna lash herself a hammock.
Roll me a survival. No, slide a hand check for those knots.
Sleight of hand. Oops. 22.
Perfect, yeah. make a perfect hammock the way you like. Takes some time, but you have plenty of time right now.
I have 4 hours.
And Vifira, what did you roll for nature?
I got a 13.
I mean, yeah, it's a bumpy road to figure this out, but you're going to figure it out eventually over the course of a couple of hours. So, do you have the spell? Is that what you were doing? You don't have the spell.
No, I don't have it ready.
So it's still going to take 8 hours.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll teach you.
We're going to go ahead and skip ahead 8 hours as soon as first roll me a Constitution saving throw for that whole time, both of Celia and Mizu. I imagine you both drank a lot. It's a lower DC. I'm letting you know that because you went to a lot of places. I can think of at least 5.
I got an 18.
Got a
Okay.
15.
Okay. Yeah, I still think that's still pretty good.
I mean, I will say Mizu is incredibly drunk at this point
Yeah.
because she does not drink very often, so she
Okay.
is blackout drunk at this point.
Okay,
being
but you're
land drunk
still
hurts.
you're one of those blackout drunks that, with that kind of constitution, you're still able to look put together, even though people are like, "Oh, I think Mizu's a little drunk." No, Mizu's like actually fucking hammered, but you're just really good at still put together. Blackout.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so about 8 hours, it kind of ends. People disperse on the island. It's, probably right after lunch, or lunch is ending, so people are eating, maybe. Please describe what you do to the Hammerhead Jungle.
I guess we kind of just like doubled down on what we did with the power of Saphiri just on our own merit now. But a half a mile radius from where we are gets a protective upgrade. It has just the magic of, I guess, Seir and Vinfira in it. The power of sisterhood. And over the year, while the spell lasts, all the fruit will double in quantity. And
A year?
it would. Oh yeah.
Whoa!
It's been 8 hours to get a year, so it's nice. And so, yeah, this section of the jungle will just be like extra hardy, I guess.
Far up.
But yeah, just using our magic and giving part of us to the nature and giving back to it, just being very druidic. Just
As we come back past lunch, Arista, what were you reading in those vines?
Well, if I hadn't gotten all the way through the Agba temple stuff, then that's what I was reading. But if I'm done with that now, then I just pulled another book out.
Okay.
Maybe one of the ones I got recently, if I haven't read them yet.
Anything in particular?
I don't think so.
Cool. I think you have the Tales of the Deep Currents and Island Ecology for those two, specifically for this
right.
island. So
Yeah, if I have not had a chance to read the Shark Food Island stuff,
gotcha.
then yeah, that's probably what I'm reading.
Okay, cool. Well, it has island myths. Let me see if anything's relevant. Okay, yeah, this is cool. You read it, there's a myth in it called The Tale of the Lost Trident that you can read over 8 hours. There's only like 5 myths in this big book. A heroic adventure recounting the quest to recover the Trident of Saphiri, a powerful artifact said to be lost in the abyssal trenches. It speaks of bravery, teamwork, and the importance of preserving the island's magic through its control of the beast.
What beast?
Could have been useful.
The beast, Saphir.
Meaning Saphiri. Oh well, hindsight.
Little tease.
Next time.
Alright, after this time, everybody comes together. The jungle is more vibrant. There's a year of prosperity on the vines. These two are a little drunk, but they function well. And so you guys can tell they're a little drunk, but you probably also know them. So everybody welcome back to Anchorage together right around lunchtime.
Mizu is still like searing, and she's like just staring Celia down at this point, like so obviously not like focused on anything else. She's just staring at Celia.
Yeah.
What happened between those two?
Absolutely nothing.
I think it's best we don't ask.
Mizu's gonna kind of turn to everybody and go, you know, me and Celia had a conversation earlier, and I finally thought of something. And she's gonna turn to Celia and she's gonna go, I finally figured out why I hate you so much.
Well,
Want to know why?
Yeah,
It's
I
probably
feel like you're
not
gonna tell me anyway.
why you think. It's probably not what you think, Celia.
What is it?
You said how you never have to spend time in the Azirian kingdom, and that's so true. You're never fucking there. And you don't have to worry about, like, what anybody thinks about you. Like, you can be a fucking drunk mess like me right now all the time. You can get as drunk as you want. You don't have to remember anything. You don't even have to give a shit about what you look like. It's so unfair. Like, I only get a chance to unwind in times like these. And that's why I hate you. I finally realized it.
I think there's something unfair about what you're saying right there, because, you know, I still have the responsibility to go out and be a diplomat to another island. At least Daddy trusts me enough to be able to go out by myself and not be under his watchful eye all the time. And yeah, at least he trusts me and doesn't keep secrets from me, and he doesn't try to manipulate everyone around me just to keep me happy. Because if I fucking blow, then the entire kingdom is just absolutely in turmoil. At least I'm strong enough to be able to go out by myself, and I don't need an evil turtle to give me the power to blast the door off and transform people into different people so that you can frame them for murder because you don't like what they think about.
You know what? You're right. All of that is true. You know what? You may be stronger than me, whatever. I don't care. But at the end of the day, you don't have to have a fucking front up all the time. And it's so tiring. You should be so lucky you get to be yourself. And she's just gonna turn around and she's gonna storm off in the other direction. And she's gonna say, this is so not fun anymore.
I'm going on the ship with Alyssa. I'm not going on the submersible. I'm putting that out there for you guys. This is...
Wow. There seems to be an entire party in here that we were missing.
Yeah.
That was... Wow.
Celia, I have to say, I'm impressed. And also, Mizu probably needed that.
Oh, thank you. Thanks. You know, it takes a lot of self-control to be around her. Like, every second of every day, I just want to... But, you know, if I flick her, she'll die, so...
Well, you know how that was really frustrating? That feeling? Well, she was kind of saying that that's how she feels all the time.
Whatever. It doesn't mean that she has to be a dick about it all the time. Alright, let's go.
Wrong. That might have just been a little too much truth for her to handle at one time.
Well, people have been lying to her whole life, so...
Seir is going to follow behind Mizu. Wherever Mizu went, she's gonna follow off behind her.
I feel like Mizu isn't really, it's one of those things, I feel like everybody's experienced that drunk moment where you're like angry and you're just like walking with no like destination in mind. You're just like walking straight forward with like everything you have. So she's just marching in an unknown direction off drunk.
So she will. I think if she sees you like moving in a straight direction, she will follow behind you. I don't think she approaches you, but she's like just following you to make sure that you're okay, and she lets you know that she's behind you. Like she like clears her throat. And she's like, but she just kind of gives like a 20-foot like gap of her just like moving behind you.
When she clears her throat, Mizu will turn to look behind her, and Seer can like see that she has like tears coming down her face, but she's not like crying, but she's like crying.
A lot of things have been changing with you since we last hung out.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh well, first you got magic, and then you started speaking your actual mind. That's a new one.
I mean, I feel like I've never had trouble speaking in my mind. I feel like that's like probably one of the other sisters. You're getting me like mixed up or something.
No, you like to say things that annoy people, but you don't often speak what you're thinking. No one's that bitchy all the time. Let's be real.
I can't like speak what I feel or like what I really think. I have a fucking appearance to keep up. Like nobody cares about how I actually feel. Nobody cares about what I actually think. They just care about what Princess Mizuminu is wearing or like who she's talking to or like whatever. They don't care about my actual thoughts.
Well, that's something I learned from. I know you don't like her, but that's something Mommy taught me. You can let people like you for the reasons that they like you, or you can let them like you for the reasons that you like you. I think you should absolutely speak your mind. If they don't like it, you're still going to be the princess, and they can gaunt at what you're going to wear because it can be fierce, and you can also be whoever Mizu is.
Yeah, well, I don't really like taking any advice that has to do with mother. But, I don't even like calling her that, but you're right, that is pretty fierce, I guess.
It's pretty useful. It's why some of us have get along a little better than others.
Just, if I'm really being honest, like, being somewhere off the island and seeing everything here, it just makes me feel like so much less important. I feel like that's kind of why I've been so pissed at Celia all day. Like, I get to come here and, like, see that all these people I thought I hated are, like, actually doing a lot better than me. Like, I'd never fucking say that to her face, but...
Well, it's funny you say that, because the way I see it, and I never say this, but you kind of saved the day. If you hadn't banished Safiri, we would have had to deal with that, and because you did send her off, and I know that was you because you always love sending someone off, because you did do that, it let us heal up the island and protect it, so if you weren't here, while we would have won the fight, you would have had to deal with a lot more repercussions. So, technically, some might say that you saved the day.
Well, I guess I just don't really see it like that at the end of the day.
Well, that's alright. I do, and I can't lie, so...
Yeah, I guess...
Got that going for you.
I guess we'll just have to see how the people feel after we get off the island, Once news reaches back to the Azirian Kingdom, all I can hope is that I'm in good standing and that I didn't kind of, like, make any mistakes here. I don't want Daddy to be even more disappointed.
Oh, well, think about this. No one here, or going forward, is going to really care what you're wearing, so how about you spend a lot more effort worrying about speaking and being who you really are, and then when you get back, you can compare that person to the princess you left as and see which one you like more.
I mean, if it's not about which one I like more, it's about which one the people like more. That's the whole thing.
Nope, not technically. We don't get voted in. They just got to deal with us, so you get to be you.
This is a lot, like, for me to process right now. I think I just need to, like, sleep this off, and maybe we can have this conversation, like, when I am probably gonna actually remember it, because, Sissy, I'm not gonna remember this, I swear. I can feel it.
It'll be back in your head somewhere, and then one day you'll be like, oh, and I won't say anything. I'll let you have that moment.
I mean, hopefully at least I can remember the whole reason I figured out that I hated Celia or something like that. I'm still confused on why I hate her, but I don't know. We'll figure it out, I guess.
Oh, you think she's being real and you're being fake, and you don't like that, but you don't have to be fake. Hey, again, look at that. Celia's a perfect example. Celia can do whatever she wants and be drunk.
I know, that's
Why
like
can't you
the
do
whole
whatever you
reason I
want
just
and
tore
also be
into
hot?
her. I'm like fucking pissed over that. Like, you know how much fun it would be for me to get like super fucking drunk and crawl around on the ground and like make. That's what I'm jealous of. Not jealous. That's like not the right word. Don't ever tell Celia I said I was jealous of her. But like, never mind. I don't. Let's just table. I'm way too drunk to have this conversation right now.
You know, it's really funny. The way you and Vinfira act compared to our other sisters, just different waters. I don't know. I think you could stand and learn something from some other people, but first yourself, I think.
I feel like at this point she kind of just like was standing and she just kind of like sits on the ground and kind of starts to like get into one of those like drunk slumps where she's like slowly starting to like pass out.
Just sits next to her, starts casting guidance and rubbing her head. Like, alright, this is where we're at.
And I feel like as enough time passes, her head will kind of like hit Sierra's shoulder and she'll kind of like fall asleep.
As you slowly nod asleep, in around you guys, because you're all sort of together, princesses, let me say I am so happy you could have come to our island. I am so sad that this time has come to pass. But I know one day we will see you soon, and your legacy will live on forever. I'm so excited. And he's going to go to each one of you.
Mizu, wake up!
He just kind of looks, just, okay. I would like to introduce you to my friend. And this big, muscular shark folk with like a happy smile comes on. He's got like, what's his name in Moana? The Rock's character.
Maui.
Maui.
He's kind of got the Maui vibe, big shark face. And he tells you he will be leading you to your ship. He will teach you everything that you need to know. Arista, he's got you covered. He's going to bend down and shake your hand, just dwarfs you. It's just like grabs your whole arm and gently shakes it up and down. And they both tell you
It's okay if you accidentally pull it off. It'll regrow.
Abavin just shakes like no, but Polo's like, she told you you could. He's going to start pulling on your arm. Habafin laughs, and he's just not strong enough, Polo is, to get that off. But they'll start leading you all, if you'd like, towards the Spitamout Bay.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's going. Seer, Vinfira.
Yeah, Seer will help up Mizu and kind of just, walk her that way.
Yeah, Vinfira was with Celia and Arista, so.
Okay. As you all walk
We're
out to
sitting outside.
Spitamout Bay, you can kind of see out a little bit from the cove is this beautiful, intricate ship with a mosaic on the side, and it's got a very fish-like appearance with fins, dorsal fin, basically, and this front compartment with these open windows. You notice there's no sails. It's already got your giant manta ray attached to it. That's just like comes up for a little bit and just flips a fin up, pow, and smacks the water to let you know he's there. As you can wade into this water, and he's going to swim out to the ship as the sun continues to rise, and pulls himself up to the side of the ship and opens kind of the door to get inside, and opens the door and just gestures to you all.
Climb up.
Who's taking Mizu through the water?
Really?
Yeah, I am out.
I have
will.
advantage on athletics checks while swimming.
Boom, there we go. Teamwork.
That's
I got
hilarious to
guidance
like
going.
think of physically to see that.
Also, it's like so
Can you
early in the
Arista?
day.
Plus, Arista's the only other one home at the kingdom. She's probably very used to helping a drunk Mizu around places.
Okay, so go ahead and roll us an athletics check.
Okie dokie.
With guidance.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Advantage.
I'm really starting to love these sisters together.
Teamwork.
A D4. That's a 4. That's a 27 in the first place, but with the extra D4 from guidance, that becomes a 31.
Oh hell yeah! You just see Mizu.
Muted.
The light.
You just see Mizu floating across the water as Arista's inside, like carrying her with such grace as she's just like floating to the ship. And as you get to the ship, you suction cup your feet or whatever to the sides of it, like you do, pull yourself, and just kind of pull her up the side of the wall into the door. As you get inside, it is this beautiful tribal. It kind of looks like the inn you were just in. It's a small shark folk chandelier. It doesn't move like that one. Seats and some bedding. And Habifin is going to say they need to make sure that Arista can control this. So here's the objective for experience for everyone. You must learn to navigate the unpredictable currents and tides of Sharkfoot Island's coastal waters. You need to successfully steer the ship through a series of markers in a race against time and obstacles. This will be quick. Your teammates are there to aid you, but only one teammate may aid you per marker. And one of the markers must be made by just Arista alone. So Arista will be rolling, and then you'll just say who's going to help them on this marker to give advantage or something. So he's going to stand in there with you like a driving instructor. The manta rays are going to pull. You're going to hold the reins just like you normally do. The ship is made super light, super buoyant. That's how they wanted it because it's faster and slimmer. It's not very strong. You take cracks and bruises and stuff and this thing could sink. It's delicate. It's for show. So, first challenge. Just hit the whips and I'll guide you. So, yes. Okay, so as you take off, first is the Twilight Waters. So, there's a DC set, so the water is pulling strong because the currents are on that side. So it's pushing you, and so you have to guide this. So go ahead, knowing what you know, to roll an insight check, and this can be the one that you make alone, or you can choose one of your princesses to aid you in a way.
Can I roll first and then choose?
No, you have to choose first.
Dang it. So close. I've insight's one of my better things, so I'm gonna go with it.
And I'll let you guys talk
myself.
to each other of like you can plan.
Absolutely.
That's a 25. I forgot to turn my advantage off, but it's a 25.
That's it. Habifin tells you that was perfect. Also, he forgot to tell you this. I can't believe I didn't read this. If you pass 3 out of 5, they're secure in giving you this ship, and you can go on. And otherwise they'd have to be like, maybe you need more time. You need to stay for a while.
Gotcha.
Right?
But I don't have to pass all of them. I just have to pass 3.
And if you get 4 out of 5, they are pretty certain that your skills have improved. Arista personally will gain proficiency with water vehicles.
Oof.
As accumulation of the water vehicles you've controlled.
Wait, see.
Yay! Let's
right.
do that, guys.
Princesses, the ship turns towards Agbas Reef in the dirty waters. Strong winds are pushing up against, especially there was a fight. There was like huge monsters in the air, so the wind is stirring. So go ahead and choose your sister, and you're going to roll an athletics check. And you've already
Athletic. All right, who's got the biggest modifier in athletics?
I have a +9.
I was like, probably that one.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But like, how are we doing this though? Are they help? Does help just give me advantage? Because in that case, it doesn't matter who I choose.
True, but it's cool that like you're discussing your strengths.
Okay.
Also, I will say that insight check was how to navigate the waves. This one is actually holding and maneuvering these
Physically,
reins.
yeah.
So Celia comes up, and I guess you have advantage as you hold on.
Yay! Okay. Oh well, I didn't need it at 24.
Yeah, Habifin says perfect as you get out of the winds.
Woo!
You will turn right off of the reef into the reef waters, and there is like still bits of red and whale coming in. As there's like big chunks of the reef and stuff that are reforming, but there's still that are left off. You know, it's magically not what it was before. To get around all these extra pieces and pools of blood and body parts, roll me a sleight of hand check, and you can choose an ally.
Who's sneaky sneaks?
I think that's you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true.
So I think you're the sneaky sister.
Well, somebody decide to help me then.
Then Vera had some sneaking before when she was helping with Pass Without Trace, so she could be.
My sleight of hand is negative. It's -1.
Oh, you don't have to roll anything, but you
Oh,
want to help her because we all snuck out before together.
True.
That's true. Oh, that's a nat 20 for a 27.
By yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, wait. Well, technically, no, because I rolled with advantage. So, no. Not
So
by
who
myself.
helped you?
But the other one was a 20. Then Fira did.
Fira?
I did.
Okay, so just like helping with the reins and just like keeping like that scope to the side of Arista's head, you know, that insight of where to go. Cool. As you turn from one of the second to last part, you've passed 3, so you automatically, everyone's getting the ship. We're moving forward with it. You pass the Sapphire Waters. And there's huge storms creating rough waters because far off on that side is the edge of the world. So, knowing about storms and what you've read about things that are really big, that sleight of hand won't save you in the last moment, you can use an ally, roll a nature check.
Ooh. That sounds like a job for Seer.
I got you.
Okay. $23.
Habifin tells you this is some of the best driving he's seen in a long time because they're not used to a lot of ship drivers. In fact, he didn't think that this would be crazy difficult, but he thought it'd be pretty hard, and you've nailed it. So Arista gains proficiency in water vehicles. So all rolls determined on vehicles, you get your proficiency bonus now.
Yay!
She's like, what do we get for all 5?
I know,
While
right?
you're coming upon the northern side, which is shooting you off towards Yarmouth through islands, you're hopping on a current. This is what Habifin is telling you. Before you do, as you're holding on before you get to that spot, he's going to pull out. He was told to give this right now to Mizu, and it's the contract that they're going to send to Azir and have you sign it. And it's for a total of 240,000 gold pieces.
Shells.
Shells. Thank you. Shells.
Whoops.
It lays out the contract of providing materials for Shiller. It's like worth it. So a lot of it's just materials. Huge tab. Your shopping actually is the most. It's actually more expensive than the new Shalaria temple. And do you sign it?
It has enough time passed that I would be awake out of a drunken coma. I don't know if this has been
yeah.
like days or
No,
hours.
no.
I'm
This is
I'm
minutes.
asleep. I'm asleep.
Arissa will pick up her hand and put it around the pen and
I got my stamp. I got my stamp too.
Oh,
that she
that's
always
true.
does.
I'll just
So you
go
can
in her
just get
bag
that
and
out.
find her stamp.
Oh, wait,
That's
as
what I do.
you're holding it and driving it, roll me a sleight of hand check as you reach back. Just try to stealth the stamp out.
Sleight of hand.
Getting in trouble with her signatures.
9. Okay, so you're able to reach in and grab it, but you spill the ink all over her outfit. But you're still able to grab the stamp and like blotch it in her outfit to get it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna dip it on her and stamp it on the paper.
Stamp it. Habifin rolls it up, blows it off, and puts it in. And as you turn the bend for your last objective, you have to navigate the calm currents with no land markers. All you have is you knowing what's ahead of you.
And you're out of sisters too, so.
And also, you notice there's no shark folk warriors with you. And he tells you, if you're good, if you can pass this, just go. But otherwise, you'd have to wait for 2 days for for Sharkfoot warriors to finish building their part to guide you. It's your choice. So go ahead. Looking out at that, looking inward at what he just said, roll me a history check.
29. There she is.
You remember the maps that were in the library at home, and you've heard your
I
parents
might have them in my bag.
Now proficient with these water vehicles, you pretty much know where to go. There'll still be rolls included, but you can guide and navigate. Yeah. All right, as you guys sail off, the sun is behind you. It is rising. The waters are blue. It just looks like that pale blue in front of you with light clouds everywhere, and flat water as far as you can see.
Well, our next stop is, I know we're on our way to Yarmouth, but our next stop is Credo Dorsing. So I guess, do we know, Rissy, how far do you think that is?
Okay, let's look at the map really fast.
Hey, map girl.
Let's look at the map. Okay, so
you just rolled that 29, so I was like,
I haven't currently put where you are in the red, and I know it's a little confusing, but you just...
Arista might know, but Meg doesn't.
yeah. It's like, hey, Rissy.
All right, what are we looking for again?
How far it is to the next island.
Oh, I'm on the wrong map.
Oh, yeah. How far it is to Credo Dorsen.
Okay, so, actually, let me show you the currents map.
Oh.
There you go.
God damn, yo.
All right, so you rode the current up to Sharkfoot Island. The current leads through these islands past Dragontooth Island to Yarmouth, or you can choose to go off the current, but will take longer. The current's technically underwater, so it's not going to get you as fast as it did when you were swimming underwater. But if you go off the current, then you're just getting the regular speed. So, if you choose to go off the current to Yarmouth, it would take probably 4 days-ish. If you went over top of the currents, it'd probably take you anywhere from 2.5 to 3, if it was a straight shot. And you didn't fall into any whirlpools.
Very.
It's not ominous.
I mean, it's whirlpools. It's like, I'll show you on the map. But like, that's, I mean, the whirlpools, they don't judge. They're just because there's currents right there.
They don't judge.
Mhm.
You know, and also, the thing that destroyed the world came through a portal through there. It's a toxic area.
Are you up to? Do we feel like sightseeing?
I was gonna say, do we feel like there's a side quest on the long way that's worth it?
I've never seen the place Cthulhu, popped out from. They always say don't go there, and now that we can go there, I mean, I like adventure. I don't want to speak for the whole group, but I like adventure.
I like driving my new boat. Long way it is.
Vidfear is excited to try and have some fun.
The scenic route.
All right, so are you taking over top of the currents or shooting through Island of Fear, No Man's Cry?
That one, the second one.
The second one? Okay, so you're
Yeah.
going to you're try to aim towards No Man's Cry, Island of Fear, through there, and just shoot past straight to Yarmouth. So, for the first boat roll, navigating to make sure where it is, because everything's really calm right now, roll me a history check. With advantage, because it's about the navigation of the ship.
14.
Okay, next episode, we'll pick up on where that 14 leads us. This has been and episode 10. Anything you guys want to wrap up before we wrap up?
Come back on Friday.
Yeah, but like in story.
Yeah, no, I just got a girl.
Gotcha.
I just got a girl drooling on me. But outside of that, I'm good. I needed a nap because I use a lot of magic. I use 5 spell slots. So I'm taking a
Yeah,
nap.
am I technically long resting or short resting right now? One,
Better take a little nap.
right?
Going off the currents, I
muted.
would say that you probably have enough for long rest. Long rest would probably end right after the islands. About 8 hours.
Yeah, she is. Mizu needs to shut the hell up for a while. She's long resting.
Actually, I don't think you'd be at the islands just yet. If it's 4 days, it would take you about a day to get to the island. So, no, you'll be almost halfway to the islands, maybe.
Perfect. I shall sleep.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 sleepers, 3 sleepers, 4 sleepers. Arista's driving.
Right. Can I
They can take shifts, I guess.
meditatively get a short rest benefit?
Yeah, you can get a short rest. This is a short rest activity.
Cool.
All right, thank you everybody for playing. Make sure you come back Friday at 7 o'clock. This week, episode 31, 32?
31.
31 of Into the Expanse. It's really fun. It's going really well. And then come back next Wednesday for episode 11 as we finish the Shark Food Island arc. Good job, guys. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.